Good morning, guys. Good morning, gals. Back on the pond again. And today we are going to talk a little bit about forward-facing sonar craze. And that's going to be the focus of today's video. That's going to be the focus of today's fishing trip. Because apparently this thing is going to be around for a while. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And with that being said, if you're not on board with it, you're going to continue to be beat in a lot of these sanctioned tournaments and competitions by people that are well versed in forward-facing sonar. So, can't beat them, you better join them. Or, I mean, you don't have to, but you know, so be it if you don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can still go out and have fun fishing, you know, without bothering with all the expensive electronics and things like that. And everybody knows that's what it all boils down to. It's a money deal. It's a money deal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. As a parent, which would you rather do? You know what I'm saying? If your child is not the college type, or you know, your child is not college material, because everybody's child and everyone is not college material. So he or she wants to be a professional angler, or he or she wants to make money fishing, and you weigh your options and you say $100,000 college education, or you say I could put about $4,000 into a nice 12-inch unit along with the forward-facing sonar technology, and say, hey, pay somebody to teach them how to use it. They go out there and make money fishing, or they do what they love to do and get paid for doing it. You know, there's your scale right there. So that's where it's at. You know, that's where we are. So it is what it is. So learn to use that thing, man. If anything, you know, like I've heard some pros kind of allude to, it's you know, it's not what they depend on, but it's a tool for a lot of them. And then you do have some that they depend on it, like they shoot out to the first spot, or shoot out to every spot, and the first thing they do is pull that trolling motor up, drop it down, head down, rest of the day. You know, I mean, that's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. So we're gonna play around with it a little bit today. I know, you know, there is a market for it, and there's obviously opportunities out there to make this thing productive at whatever style fishing you do. So let's go see what happens, and let's see what kind of footage we can put together, and maybe explain this thing a little further. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so like I said, we're going to be utilizing the forward-facing sonar today, and we're going to dedicate this video to that purpose. So just to show you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing today, and how this forward-facing sonar is being utilized for a lot of people, along with their GPS mapping and whatever whatever units they're using. All right, so how we're going to do this thing today is little creeks like this, little pockets that come off of the main creek. All right, and as you can see, those contour lines kind of form what you call a drain, if you want to call it a drain. And also, you know, some people may refer to it as a ditch. That's not a real defined ditch, but just to give you an idea of what we're going to be looking at, that's what we're going to be concentrating on today. And here we got another one right here that's kind of gradual, and it's not all that defined. Let's see if we can find a better one for you here. Here we go. Here we go right here. This one right here, which is one that I fish all the time, but not the ditch part of it. I normally stay out here in some marked brush and stuff, but if you follow this on back, you see these contour lines and how they start to narrow and narrow and narrow. Well, it's gonna, right in here, it's gonna go from 18 to 20, and it starts to narrow down and slope down into this drain right here in the middle. So we'll also explore that one. And then you got another main creek here that kind of meanders back and then drains in the back. Some of these ditches are a lot deeper than others. Some of these pockets you'll go in and they'll be 8 to 10 feet from start to finish, down to 1 foot in the back, and some of them you may start out in 30-40 foot of water, and it starts to funnel in all the way down to a foot, 2 foot of water in the back. So with that being said, we are going to start. Let me clear that cursor, bring us on in. We are going to start, as you can see right there. That's a smaller one, but it kind of drains into the back there. Then you got this, you can see that's just a big old area with hardly no depth changes. Then it kind of funnels down in the back, and yeah, let's see what we can do with it. So we got a lot to explore, and on days when I'm not really doing a whole lot of preparing for a tournament or whatever, this is kind of what I like to do sometimes. It is boring, but sometimes it's required. So, all right, so like I said, we're going to be looking at ditches today. And like I said, what we're calling ditches, and some people are going to call them drains, but if you look at your map, your C-map reveal or whatever the mapping is that you have, and you look off the main lake, and every time you go into a creek, you'll see where the contour lines start to come together. They start to bunch up and get closer and closer together. And it looks like it's funneling into the back. And it's always good also if you can find where off of the bank in that pocket that you're going in, off of the bank, sometimes you'll see a little creek coming in, and that creek will feed right into that ditch. So you're on the main lake, you head back into these pockets, the contour lines are coming together, and you just kind of fish right down the middle of that pocket. This time of the year, I like to start in the back and work my way out to the mouth. In some of these deeper lakes, you may find the fish anywhere from the back all the way out to 30, 40, 50 feet. On my home lake, we're fortunate enough to where we don't have to go out that far. We go to the back, we start in the back, and we fish our way out. Say around 10 or 12 feet is as far out as I come a lot of times. This particular instance, the pocket that I'm fishing in right here, from the back out to where it gets deeper is probably no more than about 10 or 11 feet at its deepest point. Halfway back in the back, you got a spillway that comes off the road. And that's what I was talking about. If you can find any kind of current that's coming into that creek, it's going to add to the definition. It's going to add to the sweet spot. And that's where those bait are going to congregate and get together back there, and get together right in the ditch in the middle of that pocket. I know in the upstate, these types of fishing spots are the deal. As you can see, there's the main creek, turn in, boom, contour lines start to funnel in and create this ditch.